Good morning, everyone. All right, yeah, I don't want you on my channel. You don't know how to say hi. So have a good day. Don't come back. If y'all don't say hi on my channel, you get banned. I don't really care. I don't like that shit. And good morning, everyone that's watching. You guys can say hi. Good morning, Cece. How are you? Fuck, my phone gonna die. Oh my god. Sorry to hear that. That sucks. Yeah, anxiety will have you fucked up. I'm great, girl. I'm doing really good. Thank God. That's why I'm really careful about who I allow in my vicinity. I was just talking about that. Like, I'm real careful about who I allow in my life because of shit like that. Because once you wait, this is not what I wanted to put to charge. Um, Even with like people, like not even like partners, like I don't really allow certain people in my life, even friends. Like I'm not about to sit here and be dealing with y'all bullshit. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I've never been. Yeah, I've never been. So I can't say anything. Hold on, let me see. It could be friends though. That's what I like. This is what I'm saying. Even friends, family. There's people. My friends could tell you, I don't play that shit. Y'all want to be negative? Go ahead. I don't want to hear it. Y'all want to talk about the same bullshit every day? I don't want to hear it. Y'all want to talk bad about your baby daddies? I don't want to hear it. That's what I'm saying. Like, doesn't like little shit like that alone can fuck up your energy. So that's what I'm saying when I say like I'm really mindful. One of my best friends, she was just going through it, and I told her, I said, listen, we talked like a few days straight, and I finally told her, I said, listen, what you gonna do about it? Because I don't want to hear it again. Either you're gonna do something about and change your circumstances, or you're not. So that's what I'm saying. It's not because I do hair all the time. So I'm around people all the time. Not only that I do hair, but I have my Etsy account. Um, I have like other projects that I work on where I have to deal with other people. um right now the sessions that I do at 1 and at 7, they're with a ton of people. So it's not that. I'm saying like when you're actually like even your friends and family, I literally told her 2 weeks ago, stop talking to your fucking family every day. You want to know why? Because guess what, they just bring you drama. And people that always got problems, always talking negative about whatever the case is. That's why I tell y'all all the time, be careful who y'all getting readings from. Y'all getting readings from people that don't even fucking like men, that talk bad about men, and you're getting a love reading from them, and they have these beliefs that men ain't shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, even with me, I don't fucking play that. As soon as I hear a reader, as soon as I heard a reader say something about men ain't shit, that's it. You could never read for me again. Or you have some certain limiting beliefs, that's it. I'm done. So that's why I tell y'all all the time, be careful who y'all getting readings from, because a lot of times these people don't even have certain beliefs, or they have these negative beliefs behind relationships or people in general, and then you're getting readings from them and they're reflecting, they're giving you their perception on it. That's why I don't talk to certain people. I don't want to hear, like, to me, you can't tell me you love your baby dad and you talking shit about him. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. Like, you have to like look at yourself and be like, all right, why am I feeling anxious? And go from there. Is it my anxiety? Because a lot of times it is not yours. It is it is someone else's. I haven't gotten a reading in 3 weeks. And when I tell you that my nervous system is like on point, on point. There's only one person, the last person I got a reading from, which is my girl, and she does my channel readings. She's married. She definitely does not have negative perception when it comes to men. She's the last person I got a reading from. And I'm gonna tell you something. I just stopped because I was like, I don't really need anything, because when I already got what I want. So I got you right now, Cece. You can post your question. That's why I'm like, no, 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 no. I noticed I was going to too many people that have very negative, low vibrations. The last time I got a reading for someone that I was cool with, that I had to cut her off too, because her negative energy, she will be combative with me, and I'm like, bro, like, okay. Um, I guess she was in a bad mood. She gave me a reading with a bad mood, and I was like, girl, no thanks. Like, no thanks. And that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all gotta be. That's why I say, like, I don't say it for no, for just for the fuck of it. Y'all need to be careful who y'all getting readings from. Because these people, yeah, once you start talking about negative, about, well, men are like that, like, no, 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 no. We're not going to do that, because I don't have that belief. Because I have great men in my life. Now, if you have, like, great father, great brothers, cousins, like my relationships, whatever I decided to choose, I chose that. I'm not gonna put that on all men. Girl, if you, I'm telling you, that's I feel like I had like a aha moment where I was like, oh hell no, I'm not getting no reading from you. I feel like God be right on time because there's only two people right now that I have gotten readings from. One, she's a spiritual counselor, which is Wu. And the other one, which is my friend, my girl that's actually married, she does amazing channel readings, is Luna Affinity. Anybody else, I'm good. I saw stuff that I did not like, and I was just like, yeah, I'm good. Oh, and I did get a reading from Nina like a month ago. I did a Lenormand with her. She's amazing with Lenormands. That's it. Nobody else. Because you see, even in the chats, like talking bad about men, like, do you know how that keeps your energy there about men and shit? Like, you around that shit. Because I be seeing some chats like that. Well, not now, but when I will be in them, and I'm like, yo, mm-mm. No, 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 no. That's why I was like, man, the time that I'm focusing on waiting to get a reading, I could just be doing my affirmation sessions. Oh my God, that one, shit. And I don't know why, because she was good on her own. Like, she was good on her own because I was going to her for like a year before I even had my channel. And then when I started doing my reading, and then she would just like, I started to notice, like, I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? She would like be in here quiet and like whatever you guys were typing in the chat, she was she was saying like it was a channel message, and I'm like, no, the fuck that wasn't. Like, it was too obvious. She's a amazing reader on her own. That's why I don't know why she did that. It's just weird. But you know what I noticed a lot of people too, when I started doing my channel and how it was growing so fast. Remember, I was hitting like 100 subscribers a week. I feel like a lot of people felt some type of way. All right, let's see. What does Spirit need? What do you need her to know that she's missing? What do you need her to know? All right, so the Two of Cups coming out right here, to me, this is balance, a connection, right? So I feel like when I hear connection and we have the Two of Cups, I feel like this has to do with, you have to really, all right, so you have to use your discernment when it comes to any kind of connection, but we're going to say, no, this feels like any kind of connection. I'm not going to change what Spirit's saying. Um, it's like, I feel like okay, this is how it is. Because I just heard surface level. So the connections that you are making, whether it's with friends, partners, like, romantic partners, whatever, they're surface level. You're ignoring your discernment, like your inner voice. I feel like what they're saying is like, you already know. And I feel like you had got a message like this before. Like, you already know, but you're choosing to not let it go, where you need to let it go. Like, as soon as you feel, all right, this is off, like I'm feeling like something is off, right? You need to let it go. The Six of Swords is all about walking away, letting go, going through like a phase of like leaving things behind. Um, so it's like, so this is how I could put it for you, right? And I am a reader and stuff like that, but I remember a reader telling me one time where she was like, if you were sure about this person, you wouldn't be getting a reading from me. And this is like someone trusted, a Spanish lady that I still like talk to here and there. I don't get reading, obviously I haven't gotten a reading in a while now, but when she told me that, I'm like, you know what, she's right. So when you're feeling you're getting readings, if you find yourself wanting to get a reading on someone, that means there's already uncertainty. So you have to like look within and ask yourself, why am I feeling uncertain? Is it just me being anxious? Is it just a habit? Is it just I actually feel that something is off? Because this is another thing too. This is why I also say when I'm like back into like, you know, my natural higher self, I don't get readings because to me, readings can fuck up your energy. There's people who don't let it affect them, but I also feel like readings can cause delays. And why I say that, because if you're manifesting something, and let's just say like someone, you in your mind, because we're manifesting all the time, but let's say like you meet someone and you're like, this person is amazing, right? But then you go and get a reading from me, whoever, right? And the energy seems off. That's it. All it takes is for one small doubt to creep in, and from there, that doubt is sometimes hard to let it go, because you kind of keep hearing it. Um, the Three of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Wands. You're like they're. I feel like they're wanting you to know too. Like, yeah, there's habits that you have to let go of. There's habits that you need to leave behind. There's habits that you need to release, right? In order to find, and not even find, because this will come to you. The Three of Pentacles to me is building towards a future to have that happy home. Because you have the Four of Wands, there's even marriage here. So it's like you have to just keep letting these connections that are no, like they don't serve you, right? And I feel like a lot of yours are past connections, right? To me, and I don't really get too into this, like, oh, if they wanted to, they would. But to me, if you've already had multiple experience with someone, and not once have they shown up for you or like in the way that you want, that's more than enough, right? So let it go, leave it alone. It's the only way connections change, and I've seen it 100 million times, is through manifestation practice, and that's just what it is, because anyone can change. It's just if you're not in that practice, if you're literally continuing to see people for how they're showing up to be, then you're going to have a hard time. You have to change your beliefs when it comes to love too. So you're the Queen of Wands here. So you're very confident, very beautiful, very outgoing. There is a need to protect yourself, like keep a wall up, not let people in so easily just because things sound good. Kind of like let them prove themselves before you even let them get close to you. To me, the Nine of Wands too, sometimes it talks about a test of faith. So these could be little, and I'm not big on saying like the universe is testing you, but I do feel like to a certain extent that is what happens. Because you could take the last stand, you could set boundaries, but if you're continuing to let this stuff come in, then you're letting it come in. The Three of Cups. I think you need to just have more fun with these connections until, like I said, someone really shows up. Yeah. I feel like to me, keep these connections at like the beginning stage until they show you that they're ready to make a move. Because, I feel like, I'm gonna be honest, from the dating, how it was like back in the day, I remember my guy best friend used to say it's a 90-day mask. Nowadays, people, that mask comes off within days, within a week or two. And we're not waiting 90 days like we used to. Um, because now, before, I feel like people had a good like way to pretend for a while, but now I don't really feel like they do. So I think that just keeping things like kind of very like beginning stages, treat them as a friend when it comes to love. Like, have fun, go out with them a few times. Like the guy Aaron was his, yeah, Aaron, with the drinking. You didn't know that in the beginning until the time he got drunk. And now he's like, you're like, who the fuck is this? So like shit like that, because you'll know, like you'll know. Um, like the Eight of Cups, the Five of Wands. Yeah, walking away from conflict, letting conflict go. So I feel like too, just accepting the disappointment. Does that make sense to you? Wait, let me read the chat, because even though it's showing up, I'm surface with a lot of dates at times. Progress, I'll open up, but most don't make it to a third date. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So I'm gonna give you actually some homework, Cece. I'm gonna send it to you. Um, this is part of my SP thing though too, but I'm gonna still give it to you because I don't, you donate a lot here. But I'm gonna give you some questions to answer. You're gonna see what your beliefs are when it comes to love, and what you want to do is whatever those negative beliefs are, you want to start thinking the opposite. Because you see how you said that most of them don't make it to the third date. So now that's a belief that you have. So you're already going into a connection where even if it's going good, you're in the back of your mind, your subconscious, you're already thinking, is it gonna make it to the third date? That's one belief. And that's why I say like it's when it comes to this changing your thoughts on certain shit, your mindset, you have to go deep. Because a lot of people, let me tell you, my best friend was like, no, I don't really have like negative beliefs. Like I did a coaching with her on the phone and then I told her, you know what? Do the questionnaire on your own. Answer it like if you was writing privately on your diary. And when I tell you like quickly, she called me back like maybe like 20 minutes later, she was like, girl, here. And I was like, you see, there are negative beliefs and some of them we don't even think that they are. Um, thank you, IJ. Let me see. Hold on. I'm pretty good at navigating dates and tools. Yeah, just love bombing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so you have to start changing your beliefs around relationships because, yeah, that's the thing, look at the patterns. The patterns are what tell you exactly what you're attracting. And once you see the patterns and you kind of see, like, okay, this is what they all had in common, you're able to kind of see what your beliefs are. All right, and the Empress. To me, this feels like walking away, and even as bad as maybe like it gets when you're not dating, because I know it can get lonely, and sometimes you just be like, "Fuck it," like I just want to. That person's giving me attention. I'm gonna talk to them. I feel like right now is a good time, and I feel like you've gotten this for a little while to just focus on you, to take time for you, to like just reevaluate what am I doing, what type of people am I attracting. Like right now is good to do like the inner work when it comes to relationships itself, and like even with you, like self-love work, like taking care of you, your mental, your spiritual side. um this is like a card of retreat, but it brings renewal. So after, how you ever been exhausted, because you do hair, you've been exhausted, like your feet hurt, your ankles hurt, like you just had the last 3 days was busy as fuck, that when you lay down in bed, your fucking legs are, you can't fall asleep because your body is in pain. I know that's happened to me. um but once you get that good rest in, at least like a day, you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I feel like you won't even remember that you were that exhausted. So for me, that's what this Four of Swords is. So maybe right now it's like a need to take a break when it comes to relationships in general and just focus on you, take care of you, get your rest, take a pause. Like whatever happened, happened. Yeah, I mean, I always tell you, like, I don't care if you was talking to the guy for 2 days, 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, 5 months, 6 months. I know that it's like still hurtful because I know some people be like, well, at least it was only a short time. I hate when people say that. But to me, like, it's good to just take a break and again, just reevaluate. Let me see anything else for Cece. Look, you got an emperor here with the empress. Look, your intuition. I'm telling you, I feel this is how something easy for you to know when it comes to the person you're supposed to be with. They're going to be on your level, okay? The person that you're supposed to be with is going to be on your level, 1000%. And I know that a lot of times people, to get it so accurate is people feel like it's not possible, but it is. And I'm telling you, your person is going to be on your level, not above you, I mean, they could possibly be above you, but not, definitely not beneath you. because the emperor is never beneath the woman, ever. It's equal. So if he don't got his shit together, if he's still trying to figure his life out, if he, um, don't got a fucking pot to piss in, like it's not for you, and that's the one key for you to know, because people are gonna still keep coming in. That's without a doubt, and we got that yesterday. But the way you'll know, because even their own stability, them how they stand on their own would be on your level. And I've always gotten this for you. I've always gotten that you're gonna be with someone that's mature, and I'm not saying old, but you won't have to teach them. I mean, we always teach each other, but this person will be able, like, they're going to take the lead, they're going to make things happen. So I feel like, people do be lying, but you know what, that's why I just kind of keep it on the surface level, because the masks come off easier now. I should have known the same thing with, like, my last boyfriend, because that motherfucker, when we first met on a dating app, he spilled his whole fucking life. Like, all this drama that he was going through. He had just, like, lost his job. They were about to repo his car, and I was like, okay, like, this is a lot. And then when we reconnected, he was stable, or so he said. But as the relationship went on, he just, oh God, oh God. I'm so tired of building mine up, but that's my fault. Finding mine this. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's good. The one thing about UCC is you could take accountability. Other people can't, and that's something I learned even with, like, this, like, the readings. Because I've always said you change the energy, but they'll go to somebody else and be like, "Well, the energy changed," and they'll just forget that they're the ones in power. You can take accountability. Other people can't. They feel like this is the thing. So what's her name? Sky Jackson. Now she's done with all this shit with that boyfriend of hers, right? The kid's father. But to me, it's like, yo, some of these girls, not for nothing, and I don't, because I made mistakes too, but you are in the limelight. You are a fucking superstar. Why are you fucking with somebody that is not on your level? Like, you. um, Damn, a call came through, but I'm like, you got access to so much more, and this is you. This is who you got with. And again, I'm not judging, but at some point, and not just her, not to just say her, because I'm not trying to, like, just point the finger at her, but a lot of women, like, I'm like, even, my friends know, I could talk about that here, because I tell them myself, you have one kid with the fucking ancient baby daddy, and then you went and gave him two, three, four kids. I'm sorry, you got to take accountability. When people tell me, like, recently when I've been, like, coaching people, I always ask them, why do you want your SP? Because if you're wanting that person out of, like, ego, like, you're going to keep experiencing certain things because it's coming off of ego. It's not coming from genuine, I want to be with this person. I feel like they're my person. I always ask people that when people have told me, like, because through the tarot world too, like, I've had to ask people when I've done private readings, like, because they'll talk so bad about their baby dad or whatever, but it's like, you want him. So why do you want him? A lot of times it's surface level. It's like, oh, well, I don't, I want my kid to have their family, or, like, I just don't want him to be back with his other baby mama, or, like, to be with somebody else. That's ego. That's ego. And this is why you're experiencing the things that you do. So yeah, like, accountability. And I go into that rant because accountability is a major thing. Let me tell you something. After my breakup with Jay, and Jess, you could post, the hardest part was looking at myself in the mirror and being like, where do I take accountability? And let me tell y'all something. That was the hardest part, because when you start to take accountability, you start to really see your part in the bullshit. And a lot of times is we be knowing that the shit be fucking bad, and we still deal with them. Or, they've done something to us, where they've lied. Or, I used to catch him in lies all the time. Like, pretty often. And then he would like gaslight me, and I would be like, was I hearing shit? That's another thing too, because I sometimes can, my mind will wander. So I would be like, wait, did I hear, like, maybe I did, maybe I was wrong. Like, it was like that. And then it got to the point where I was like, no, I know what the fuck you said. Or he would tell me like, yeah, remember when I was telling, and I'm like, no, that wasn't me. And he's like, yes, it was. No, the fuck it wasn't. He would lie about the dumbest shit. Yo, my ex before him was another liar. One time we were on the phone, and I hear like, I'm like, damn, you got your radio on loud as fuck, right? You got your radio on loud as fuck. And he was like, no, that's the TV, I'm home. And I was like, oh, okay. So we're just talking, and I was like, yeah, I'm supposed to go out with the girls today for like a drink or whatever. And then he was like, yeah. And then he's like, damn, yo, this fucking traffic. And I was like, hold on. I'm like, at first I was still quiet. Then I was like, wait. I'm like, traffic? He was like, yeah, there's a bunch of traffic on 95. And I was like, hold on, how the fuck you in traffic when you just told me not even 2 minutes ago that you're home? And he was like I said, this fucking traffic is bullshit. And I was like, yo, you did not have to lie. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Just lying for no fucking reason. It's the fucking weirdest. Yep. And let me tell you, that was probably like in April. I finally broke this off with him in September, October, early October. So you get what I'm saying? Like, that one too. That one I never went back and processed. So I had to process that after my last relationship. But yeah. Yeah, weirdo, yo. Like, I was like, what the fuck, yo? Like, why would you lie about something so simple? But that's people for you. How does Jess's online friend Grace view her? I myself, you're welcome, Cece. I myself had to like think about my love manifestations. Like, why? Like, I had to really decide, do I want this right now or not? And I feel like ever since I really just took the time to really decide, like, things have just been falling into place. So it's, sometimes you just got to take that break. So let's see, how does Jess's online friend Grace view her? How does Grace view Jess? Okay, the Chariot. The Seven of Cups. She feels like you're very outgoing. Yeah, like, she sees you as like with a lot of determination, outgoing, just maybe too even stepping out of your comfort zone. Maybe she's used to being more like reserved. And I think, yeah, like, she's paying attention to what you're doing. With the Seven of Cups being here, like, it looks like he's watching TV, right? With his legs kicked back. I feel like she's enjoying, like, she's just seeing a different side of you that it feels very enjoyable. Show me more, Spirit. The Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So maybe she feels like things are not very balanced right now. So I don't know if you guys used to talk a lot more often before, where it's like She may feel like right now things are just like a little uncertain when it comes to this. Show me more. The Four of Wands. Yeah, she still views you as someone that she has a connection with, though. So I feel like, so this could be like one of those friendships where it's like we don't talk for a while, but then when we like reconnect, it's just like time hasn't passed by. Like we haven't missed a step. That is what I'm getting from that Four of Wands. The Two of Pentacles and the Four Cups. So I feel like how she's viewing, I wouldn't even say just you in particular. What I'm getting is how she's viewing the connection. Like she's viewing like there is distance here. She's viewing it like she wants to bring balance to it, but there's like she's not sure if that's something that you will want. Show me the Four Cups. We don't really talk. Oh, okay, that makes sense then. The Four of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Eight of Cups. So how she's viewing things in all honesty is like she feels like if you invest then she'll invest, but if not then you know she won't invest either. So she's kind of just like going with the flow. Like I said, she still feels a connection to you. She still feels like you guys could have a good, possibly a good friendship, but maybe she's like has other stuff going on where she's kind of like she hasn't been able to really invest in the connection too. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles in the outcome, and one more. Yeah, that makes sense then, right? Because that, yeah. Look, I still feel like with the Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, like she still wonders. Like, so she be watching you too, like on a sneaky tip. Even if she doesn't like stuff or like whatever, she's definitely paying attention to what you're doing. I don't feel like it's in a negative way. I just think it's like in that way. You know, it's hard when you have two introverted people. Like I could be like I could go ghost on people. Um, and it's not because I wanna like you know, cause them like sadness or anything. But sometimes I just like to be in my own world. And before I know it, I'm like, oh my God, I haven't talked to like my friends in like 2-3 months. But I think sometimes too, when people just carry too much, I just don't be wanting to be around it. Like, I don't want to hear about bullshit every day. I just don't. And not saying that that's what you were doing, but I'm saying like how I am, like, especially when I'm working on stuff, I just don't. I just don't. All right, let's see. What does Jess need to know at this time, Spirit? I love my solitude, so I ain't the friend you're going to talk to every day. I mean, I could text every day, and sometimes I forget to text back, but what does Jess need to know at this time? All right, you got the Star, the Two of Pentacles. So something you've been waiting on is coming, and you have wish fulfillment here. The Two of Pentacles to me is all about progress, about making decisions, about discovery, leaving home, leaving the comfort zone. So I'm seeing you two coming out of your comfort zone. Not really, not really staying like. I feel like you're just like evolving in general. So definitely getting out of your comfort zone. Like the Four of Cups is here. The Seven of Wands. To me, this is you contemplating on what your next challenges are. So I see you challenging yourself, like you being like, you know what? I need to get out of my comfort zone. I don't want to keep doing the same stuff. Give me a second. Wanting to like expand your knowledge. But yeah, I'm seeing you like very in this energy of like challenging yourself. The moon is here. See, I feel like with the star being there, like this to me is the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. So there's things that are going on behind the scenes that's bringing you your wish fulfillment, like things that you're not seeing that you're not gonna see. So you have the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Three of Cups. There, it has to do with your like long-term relationships in general, right? Whether it's with Jay, whether it's with like family, there's things that are working itself out behind the scenes to bring these closer connections towards you, to bring emotional stability, to bring like your wishes, because this is a card of like dreams come true, to bring you fulfillment. You have the Nine of Wands. I think that you're gonna be still in this energy where it's like, I want to protect myself. I want to protect my energy. I'm going to stand my ground. Um, I'm standing, on business basically. Um, and you have the Queen of Wands here, feeling very confident is what I'm seeing, very independent. I've been seeing a lot of independent energy for you lately, and I feel like you're just coming into your own, like kind of like almost like separating yourself from your parents, even though you're still there, if that makes sense. So if you've like normally for like a long time kind of did things their way, you're shifting the gear, and like now you're doing things more your way. So like if you're used to like doing things 50-50%, right, like some your way, some theirs, you're now shifting, and it's going to be like 75-25. All right, you have the Three of Cups. The Fool. I feel like you're gonna be going out more, or this is saying like for you to go out more, be more spontaneous. You have the High Priestess. And the Three of Pentacles. So I'm seeing you. So we have 3 and 3. So just look up the I'm getting 33 angel number, and also 317. Um, 317 is my nephew's birthday. The Three of Cups for me is like going out, having fun, building new friendships, like building your own community of like support. So, and I think this is what's happening. Like again, you're kind of like outgrowing certain. Wait. Yeah, and I think that that's why there's gonna be a balance with that. Like you kind of just like doing more of like your things, but still keeping it respectful. So that makes sense. And I feel like this is why the Three of Cups is here. Like you building your own little community of like support, of like friendship. Girl, if I lived near to you, you would be out with me all the time because I like to go out and do stuff all the time. So, but um. Yeah, like you're like they're saying collaborating, but I don't feel like it's collaborating. It's like more so like you having your own circle of trust. And I feel like yeah, this is taking you out of your comfort zone, but I'm seeing new beginnings here. Like you're just trusting life, and I feel like if in the past like we grow up with our parents' beliefs. That's where a lot of our negative beliefs come from, our parents, right? So like the whole thing with like don't swim right after you eat, and whatever, like that's just a myth, right? So they grew up with their myths, and then they gave them to us, and now we have we're so you're more like, you know what, I want to go into things with blind faith, like just let me make some mistakes, fuck things up, and figure out what my beliefs are, is what I'm getting. And with the high, that's what I'm getting with the Fool and the High Priestess, because the High Priestess is all about your inner wisdom, like trusting yourself. This is also the subconscious, right? So I feel like because you are also more spiritually awakened than they are, because you do law of assumption. So that's all about our subconscious. That's a spiritual part, that's our spiritual being. And I feel like because you are more ahead of them spiritually in that sense, you kind of see things completely different and in a more evolved way, where they have again their old school myths and views. I feel like regardless of this, like you kind of just separating yourself from them, you're still gonna be still close to them. So it's like you're still honoring them and like what they've done for you. But again, now it's like, okay, I am an adult and I'm gonna have my own way of thinking and doing things. So for sure, yeah, I get that a lot because even with me, like, and you know what, it's so crazy because like when I coached my best friend this weekend, and me and her, we talk a lot about things because she's the only person I really talk to about certain things outside of you when it comes to manifestation, because she's, you know, she used to read, so, and she still taps into her spirit guides, like they're still awakened, right? Because she'll give me messages randomly, and I feel like she understand. But when I actually sat there and like with the questions and I really coached her, yeah, there was stuff that she's already does sometimes that I'm like, and she's like, I didn't know that that's what that was. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, she goes to church, so there's a lot of verses that I know that I use when it comes to manifestation that has helped me because, you know, I believe in God. So to me, I'm like, I can't say I'm the God of my reality and stuff like that. So, but she understand. And then when I did the coaching with her, she was like, oh my God, like it was easier for her to understand because she already has certain beliefs. So yeah. All right. So next is IG. Sometimes they just would tell me often it's like life and adulting are hard and sucks. Not allowed. No, that's what I'm saying. Those beliefs, like, though, you know, me and my best friend was laughing because I was like, well, I believe money grows on trees. Like, money does fall off the trees for me. And she was like, well, technically, it does. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, you know, people try to say like money doesn't grow on trees, but technically, where does fucking paper come from? So you get what I'm saying? Like using your, that's another thing that I'm adding to that's gonna be in the courses is like using your beliefs that you already have to help you with manifestation. So yeah, I'm excited. Let me use the bathroom. I'll be right back. And IJ, you can post. All right, I'm back. All right, IJ, whenever you're ready, you can post like shit. I probably will have moments where things, girl, exactly. Exactly. Wait, IJ, I think we're missing something. No, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's what I was telling my best friend, right? I'm like, I be saying all the time, everything in my life is perfect. Technically, it's not, but I'd rather keep that belief going because things just align more, right? Where I have more good days than, and I'm gonna say this, I don't have bad days. I have bad moments because I don't let one thing affect my whole day. And I think that's what, you know, when I see people saying like life sucks, well, you know what? Yeah, it is. And because the more you say life sucks, the more that's what you're gonna experience. So, and when you're saying life sucks, you're gonna experience it in a lot of different ways. Where it's like you could just fucking trip going up the stairs. You know, you just you woke up to a fucking flat tire, and then you're wondering why the stuff is happening, but you keep claiming that life sucks. IJ, I don't know if part of your question is missing because all I have is talking and then question mark. So I feel like part of your question is missing. I've always claimed I'm booked and busy. Let me tell you something. 95% of the time, whenever I put that I have appointments, they go like nothing. Like they go so fast. Wait, let me see. Oh, I didn't see that. That's why. Yeah, because it was too long, so it cut off. All right, so let me see. Hold on. All right, so let me. Okay, I didn't see that. My bad. The chat here is like weird, and if it's like too long, they'll just cut off. So let's see. What does IJ need to know? You know what? I want to use my angel deck. My bad. That's why I was like, shit. Is fucking YouTube acting sensitive? All right. What does IJ need to know, Spirit? Hey, love. How are you? Did you get the notification? I don't think a lot of people have been telling me they're not getting the notification. I mean, I can't do nothing about that. I wouldn't even know how to fix that. That's a YouTube thing. Maybe somebody flagged my account because bitches be hating on here. What does IJ need to know? You said I didn't get it either. It's 50/50 on getting a notification. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes they say unsubscribe and resubscribe, but I don't know. So I just heard there's a need for balance here. Doing things in moderation, compromising, and then like also knowing when perfect timing is. I don't believe in waiting for perfect timing. I believe in making shit happen. So, but Spirit is saying, yeah, like something about perfect timing. You do have the 10 of water. This talks about a rewarding family life. So it feels like your family life is going to be feeling good. Your emotional and material needs are going to start being met, and I'm getting also a trustworthy relationship. You have the Queen of Water here, which is about confidence, warm energy, someone who's very intelligent, very graceful. They're saying like stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. So to me, it feels like you may be playing it small right now, and they're telling you like it's time to expand and stop playing it small. Stop waiting for things to happen and actually make things happen. um you have the High Priestess, so listen to your intuition, to your gut feeling, have patience, right? But also just keep doing what you need to do. Also, this is also about considering carefully what your next steps or next plans are. You do have the 10 of Earth here. Again, I'm getting a happy family life. I just heard happy family life again. I'm seeing financial security, and then they're also saying finding magic in the small things. So maybe you're not being as like used. So gratitude to me goes hand in hand with life, with everything, right? I feel like on a personal note, like, and not to make it about me, but when I'm more like in this grateful energy, like I'm just like more like I love my life, or like, things feel good no matter what's happening, even if I didn't talk to my person today, like I'm still feeling grateful, right? So using a little bit more of that gratitude, and like I feel like that will also help you balance things out in your emotions in general. You have the Ace of Air. This is all about like bringing new ideas or inspirations coming in. I'm also seeing you're going to be in this energy of seeing the truth of a situation, seeing things for what they are. There could be like a little bit of a challenging beginning here. Thank you, Cedar Real. We have the Knight of Air. The Knight of Air is very intelligent, very decisive, very tireless. I know we always say like it could be like very impulsive, but I've always said like he's very intelligent. Um, there's gonna be some things happening in your life coming up that are gonna move really really fast. But what Spirit is saying, take your time carefully to review your options. Don't just fall for like the okie doke just because it sounds good and it's coming in fast. Take your time to really evaluate things. The Three of Air. The Three of Air talks about sadness, taking time to heal, the need to forgive yourself and others. So to me, this could also be just taking time for yourself. Like stop focusing on outside things, because remember, everything is within. So the more you take care of what's within, the outer world will reflect that. You have the Queen of Water. Um, I'm seeing a romantic relationship developing to a nude. I mean, I said a nude beach. It's like that, to a new level. So things could be evolving with you and Nat. They're saying trust your intuition. And definitely this is also a card of like caring for yourself and others. So the more you nurture yourself, I feel like the more you nurture this connection. But it's also time to actually stop playing small. Stop waiting for things to happen. Because you're just gonna keep waiting. Um, show me more. We have renewal, the Eight of Earth, and the Nine of Fire. The renewal card is all about like, again, reviewing your decisions. So I feel like your main theme coming up is like making sure that you are evaluating decisions to the fullest extent. I'm also seeing a favorable assessment coming in. They're saying time to move in a new direction. So I'm getting the main thing is like stop playing the small, to be honest, and then being careful when you're making decisions. You have the Eight of Earth. To me, this is like skilled work being rewarded. um Learning all there is to know about certain things. So maybe even to taking time to really get to know Nat, because you could send her motivational stuff and like up her, big her up, but like who is she on, like within, like get to know her. It's time to like get deeper with this and not just do the surface level, the same stuff, not the routine stuff, right? I think that also too, like for her, because she is so busy. I feel like small talk may not be like something that she cares for sometimes. So it's like try to expand on like getting to know her, like switching things around, being more spontaneous with your delivery. Um, because she knows you're there. She knows that you big her up. She knows you're supportive. Now let's move things to another level. The Nine of Fire is here saying don't give up. Protect that which you are which you are creative, right? So you're the creative person here. You create what you want, but also be protective of it. Have the courage and belief in yourself that you can make something happen here. But yeah, I'm definitely getting steps playing small. When it comes to that, it's time to like start doing things a little bit more different, because you don't want to find yourself in the same old cycle, because it becomes a hamster wheel where to me, and a hamster wheel is like you're moving but you're in the same spot. So you want to make sure that you're not staying in the same spot, um weeks later, months later. All right, so let's see the second question. Let me just shuffle these. I heard from Miss Possessive a few minutes ago. how does she feel about talking with IJ Spirit? The Seven of Cups, the Four of Cups. To me, this feels like thinking a lot. Right now, she's like in her head thinking, could be overthinking, not in a bad way, but just obviously we know she has a lot going on. But you're there. You're there in her thoughts. She could be daydreaming right now. Um, I feel like she knows with the Four of Cups, like she needs to put more effort to initiate. Um, it's like I don't know why this energy feels like I feel like spirit is pushing both of you. See, you're getting a reading, so you kind of know. Where with her, I don't know if she is getting a reading. Um, but it's like you both are being told like it's time to like take things up a notch. Like this is, it's cool how things are, but things feel like okay, now we need to start getting more on getting to know each other, like really getting to know each other. Um, show me more, spirit. Yeah, see, this is the magician. To me, that's communication. So something has to change, and I feel like she's acknowledging this too when it comes to communication. Like needing to have a certain balance when it comes to communication. I feel like she is definitely feeling like she needs to start taking more action um to make stuff happen too. Like she can't just put it all on you, even though you how you're showing up to her is like very serious, very secure, very intelligent, very straightforward. But I'm feeling like there's something like, all right, so how I could put it, something is missing here is what I'm getting. There's a disconnect. Hmm. There's a disconnect, and I feel like she's trying to figure out what it is. But what I feel like she's coming to the conclusion is the communication. The Justice card is here. This is another card of communication, needing to be fair, needing to be balanced. So I feel like there's an acknowledgement here that the scale is not balanced. You're pouring more than she is. And anytime that that happens where a scale is unbalanced, it's going to cause certain disconnect. I don't want to say issues, but I'm going to say disconnect because you can't pour more and more and more and more, and she's not pouring. And eventually, what happens is that scale that you're pouring into, that cup, is going to start to overflow and spill out eventually. So I feel like there's a need to somehow balance this out. Like I think in one of your readings you had gotten like don't reach out to people and see how long it takes before they reach out. I mean, I feel like you may have to do that with her to get her to kind of like miss you. Not that she doesn't, but to get her to feel like, hold on, like let me start initiating because I feel like she wants to. I don't think she can see how to though. And it's like if you guys are used to you reaching out and you waiting for her to respond, that causes imbalance. Yeah, the Hermit, the Three of Swords. She reached out first. Okay, was she responding to something you sent her? Yeah, see, there's like a bit of distance here, like a disconnect. And I think it has to do with her too, like her just being so focused on work and stuff like that. Maybe she feels like, when you have like we all have a conscious mind, right? We have our consciousness. So I feel like when you have your conscious, like you're gonna, if you know for a fact, like you have not reached out to this person, you haven't like talked to them in a few days, you have to have some type of guilt. Um, and you just let it be. Yeah. So she was technically kind of like possibly respond. Even if she started a different conversation, you did reach out last. So yeah, there's like a certain disconnect here where I feel like she is acknowledging that she needs to take time to balance things out. There is a lot of like distance here. Show me this Three of Swords. Why is the Three of Swords here? That's too many cards. The Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, see, this is like needing to build. So how she's feeling, like she's feeling like there is distance here, there's a disconnect here, but I need to start building towards it. Even if it's little by little, I need to start planting seeds. I need to start putting effort in. I need to start investing more in this in order to get certain results, right? Because she's acknowledging like I can't how do you say that? Like, I can't expect certain results if I'm not watering this plant. Um, like the Ten of Swords. I don't think she's having like. I think because she has a bunch of shit going on too, but she has to learn how to balance, and I feel like she's acknowledging that. Get the Five of Cups. Give me one more for the Five of Cups. The Eight of Look, this is all about putting effort. I'm telling you, I feel like she feels guilty because she doesn't put enough effort, and I think that that's something that's bothering her. That she's trying to figure out, like, how can I put more effort? How can I balance? Because I do feel like she is like how we got in the channel, if I'm not mistaken, like how she's in such an ambitious energy where she forgets about everything else around her. I don't know when this flips, so I'm not gonna take it. What's funny is like I remember how I was saying like it's time to step it up and like you actually start getting to know her. I feel like she's getting that same energy. Like it's time for me to get to know him more. The World card is here. The Six of Wands. The Empress. Okay. So overall, how she's feeling after talking to you, she's definitely feeling happy. I feel like she's feeling happy. She's feeling in her power. This never changes. I feel like you always make her feel like amazing is how I could put it. To me, the World card being here, to me, there's fulfillment, there's harmony, there's happiness within. So is the Six of Wands. To me, is a card of victory, feeling very confident, feeling like she can progress, like with self, and she's like sitting on her throne. She's showing up as the Empress, very abundant, very loving, very much in her feminine energy. And with the Three of Cups, to me, this is happy times. So I feel like she definitely holds you to a high regard when it comes to the connection, what you guys have. And so she's feeling good. I just think that there's a lot of things that need to unfold here, or like you guys have to just step it up more. On both sides. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. I feel like she wants to, and she wants to put more effort too, though. She's definitely still watching you because we got the Page of Swords. I'm not surprised. The Page of Swords is always somewhere along the lines here. So that is for you, IJ. That was your 2 questions, right? Yeah. Starting to say late when we do talk. Wait, hold on. One thing she has been starting to say when we do talk. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's, to me, remember, the way I see things, how I feel, and I'm talking about from my experience and what I've seen that has been an experience for a lot of people. When you're pouring into you, everything that is a part of you, because everything is within you, will be fulfilled either way. You don't have to do anything on the outside. In the outside, I mean, yeah, if you guys talk and that's you guys are in communication, yeah, but you have to first pour into you, because if your cup is empty, at some point you're not going to have anything to give her or anyone else. So yeah, that I agree. Like there needs to be a balance within that, but to me, I feel like it's 75-25. 75% all you, 25%, with whatever is outside of how people see outside of you and those within you. Like how I do my stuff too, like even with like my self-concept, like I'll do my self-concept affirmations for 30 minutes and then everything else gets 10 or 15 minutes. Because you don't want to put anything above. The minute that you just put anything above you, does not matter who, energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, once you put something above you, that is it. It's unreachable. And that's just how our bodies see it. I feel like Jess has gotten a lot of fucking movement too because she's been focused on herself. Like she's been doing a lot more self stuff, self care. Like even that part, like the self care part of it. Same thing for me. I think I started to see movement more as soon as I started to do like things that make me happy. So yeah, just remembering that you come first. And maybe that's what your spirit guides have been wanting to do, but they're like, all right, we got to tell her to do it because he's not listening to us. So yeah, that's what I have for you, IJ. Yeah, you have to. Even her, you got to take her. Especially her. Actually, I feel like especially people, even money, you got to take it all off the pedestal. But especially people. All right, so Cedar Reel, you can post, my love. Oh shit, Jess, I forgot you don't work today. I'm like, Jess, when do you go back to work? Let me see. I've been going through this darkish time. So you sent for 2 minis, is what I'm assuming. Okay, got you. Let me use. I've been going through this darkest period after I lost. Hi, Gypsy Boo. How are you? I lost my job. What's the purpose of this dark period? Let's see. What was the purpose of this? This is for Cedar Reel. By the way, very good questions to ask. You know what? No, I want to use the. Hold on. I'm going to use that one for the second question. I want to use this one for the first question. That makes sense. What's the purpose of this? The Three of Pentacles. The King of Cups. I feel like this was... So, hold on. Let me get... the Four Cups. And we're talking about pouring into ourselves. And I'm not getting this message from the last reading, but this is literally what's coming in. Maybe you were stressed. Like, I feel like, why? Because, when you go through a dark time, you have no choice. But like you said, you had to let that girl go, right? And why? Because sometimes you're just not focused on self. Like this is a card. This is how I'm getting here. It was like there you needed this sudden awareness to focus back on self, right? So to me, like there's like they're saying like just accept it. Choose to, I mean, it's hard to just be like in this acceptance energy, right? But everything is awareness. So what were your thoughts prior? Because for me, and this is my beliefs, and this is how Spirit is putting it, whatever thoughts you were having, like it's like almost like you we create our own reality. I'm gonna just put it out there. Like one thing you're gonna learn here, like I'm always gonna put it right back on you. It's nothing is outside of you. So think back, they're wanting you to like reflect back on like where was your life at the time. There was almost like a domino effect that you kind of just kept spiraling and you kept yourself in that energy even though they were trying to like pull you out of it. So like they're saying right now, they're wanting to kind of like start to see things differently, right? Pour back into you. I think that you were pouring too much into outside things, like whether it's people, whether it's like, addictions. I'm not saying that you were addicted to it, but addiction can be anything. Materialistic things where you should have been pouring into yourself, like your emotional needs. So I feel like this was all about like self development. Um, for you to be more emotionally balanced, emotionally conscious, not making such like erratic decisions as well, being more empathetic with self, and again, choosing happiness rather than temporary fulfillment, choosing like long-term happiness rather than short-term fulfillment. Yeah, the Ace of Cups, the Six of Wands. Not for yeah. When you let go of your purpose, especially once you already tapped into it, ooh, the repercussions of that, I feel like it's just draining. But what I can say is like what's coming up for you is fulfillment. Like you have the Ace of Cups. You have new love coming in as well, or this could be a new relationship, like someone coming back in for something new. They're wanting you to be more compassionate with yourself. Also listening to your spiritual intuition, to listen to your intuition in general. You have the Six of Wands here, and I feel like you may have been the type of person that could possibly get a lot of attention, or someone that other people put on a high pedestal. Be mindful of that, because so, and I was talking about this earlier today, like being mindful of the people that you have around you, because sometimes what happens is their dark cloud pours on you. So if you're around someone that has a dark cloud, eventually it's gonna rain on you. So this is why they're saying like go back and think back to like what was happening around the time. Your circle may have not been the best. Um, what I am seeing though coming up for you is you taking a lot of inspired action. Like you're feeling very inspired to make things happen. You're being very fearless, and I'm seeing you being like more adventurous. Let me see. Anything else? Yeah, see, this is like independent energy. I feel like spirit right now is like telling everybody focus on self and everything else will follow, because I'm getting a lot of independent energy for a lot of people. Yeah, the Five of Wands, letting go of conflict, letting go of like things that no longer serve you too. Get out your head. Like the Emperor. So to me, the Emperor is very, we know he's masculine, but I like to see the Emperor sometimes in readings, because he's very disciplined. He's very much in control. He doesn't let anything control him. So you were letting, it feels like, outside forces control what you were doing. And this could be bad influences. Remember when I said like addictions, sometimes bad influences are addictions. Like, have you ever been like going out and drinking and going out and drinking when you know damn well you shouldn't be doing it? That's what I'm saying. Like the circle around you was just not meant for you. It was meant for you to go through this dark time to like separate yourself from these people. Yeah, oh, because I tried to heal. Oh yeah, so you know what you have to do moving forward. Yo, that's crazy because I literally was talking about this earlier. My first reading, I said I don't deal with certain things. This is why I don't even get readings from certain people anymore because I'd be damned if I'm gonna get a reading from someone that feels like men ain't shit. Like you hate men, why would I get a love reading for you from you? I'm big on how people talk and like when you're in a certain awareness where I wasn't a few months ago, like you just be like, why am I even asking this person? They got they don't even have somebody. And not to say that you can't, but I feel like when you don't have somebody and then you tell me how men ain't shit, how you gonna meet a good man or even a good woman? So yeah, you have to be careful of like the energies you keep around, and not just with that because I'm like that with friends too. As soon as they start with their drama about bye. The other day, like my best friend, I coached her over the weekend, and let me tell you, she already won a $1,800 just on a casino game. Like, was not even expecting it. Mind you, she was manifesting money. Told her what to do. Then the one day she was like, "Girl, I gotta tell you about this crazy." I said, we when we got on the phone, I said, you had the best fucking day ever." And even when I texted her, I said, "I know you had the best fucking day ever." And I told her, "You could vent to me, but that's it. We're not gonna indulge in it because we got to start shifting our mindset." And ever since like it's been like 3 weeks now since I've been like telling her like, no, stop talking about that. Just get up and do stuff. Just get up and keep yourself out. Like she's told me she's in so much better energy. Everything is our awareness. So I forced her to let me coach her, and that fast, she like shit just changed. All right, so let's go to your second question. Let's see what we can get. Who or what is her higher self? Oh, I'll actually. Yeah, not me. We not going. No, you had the best fucking day ever. And she was laughing. She was like, you know what? And I literally told her, I said, stop talking to your fucking family, cause they be negative Nancy's over there. All right, let's see. Who or what is her higher self? Give us some insight on her higher self. A lot of times it's the people you around, the people you're talking to, constantly communicating with. So we have the Unity card. This is someone who's traditional. This is like the Hierophant in the regular tarot. Someone who has traditional viewpoints or methods, someone who's very spiritually organized, right? This is also a spiritual organization too. I'm also getting seeking out mentors and like-minded friends. So it's crazy because this kind of doubling back on your last reading. So I feel like you now they might not tell us all the way because sometimes spirit is doesn't want to tell us, but we're gonna see what comes out. So how I can view it is you have to decide who you are, and then from there you decide who's when you are who you are, what type of people do you have around you, right? And I used to be like a sponge. Yes, exactly. Same. And I'm gonna tell you something. 2 years ago, I was like, fuck that. I don't want to. I don't want to be the go-to friend. And if that's selfish, that's selfish. I don't want to because I carry too many people's problems in my energy. So they're saying get like-minded people and mentors. So I feel like because you did mention your music, if that's something that you really love and like you enjoy, even this is what I always say, find at least 3 things that you're good at that you enjoy, and you will find who you are, right? So maybe finding people in that field or that are kind of, even if it's not just music, right? People that are creative that you can be around, I feel like it will open your senses more to tap more into your higher self. I know something flipped. The Eight of Earth. See, this is skill development. So whatever this is, and you know what is great, because you know music heals. So this could be like you healing people and yourself through music. Like, let's just say, you know what, like you are a sponge for people's problems, right? But now like you use your talents, so you are possibly meant to be that person, but in a different way, a way where you don't feel like it's taking all your energy. um Maybe possibly even too, like when it comes to music, like learning more, or like all there is to know about this topic. I'm also seeing a need to meditate. And look, if you look, I never noticed this on this card, I'm looking at it now. She or he is reading a book. There's a book, and then there's books here. So definitely like there's a need to develop your skills when it comes to possibly music. um The strength card is here. This is all about your confidence. So I feel like no matter how you market yourself, like, so what kind of music do you do? They're saying release harsh judgments. You're being too hard on yourself. Um, I'm also getting a need to forgive yourself, maybe for your past decisions. Yeah, this is all about working on your self confidence. It's about relationships. See, you see. So that's, yeah, it's healing. Like the Chariot. Um, the Chariot is all about decision making, being self-disciplined. And I get public recognition. So you're meant to be in the public. Like you're meant to be in the public eye. So I feel like your music is definitely where you're supposed to be at least tapping more into it. I feel like the more you focus on it, the more you'll be able to know how to market yourself and really put yourself out there. But for now, just keep putting stuff out there. Um, it's eventually gonna come back. The life experience. You have a lot of like major cards here. And the star. Yeah, you see, this is a healing card. So you're meant to heal people, but I feel like it's through your music. Um, I feel like with the life experience, this is about a significant life event. I'm seeing a powerful revelation coming to you that leads to change. They're saying it's time to spread your wings. To me, this is like the life experience card to me feels like you need to meditate more, even if it's just like 3 minutes, and just ask, like, before, be intentional with it and say, like, my intentions for meditation is to see how to, market myself. You may hear a phrase, you may see a vision, you may just get a feeling. Even if it's not the first time, just keep tapping in, because when you tap into God, like when you're getting your guidance directly from God, there's nothing that can stop it. Okay. And who's better than the source? And then again, you have the star. So I am seeing positive changes. I'm seeing long-term plans, and spirit is saying you're on the right path. So it's like I feel like you kind of already know who your higher self is. You're just afraid. You're letting your fears get in the way. So stop letting your fears get in the way. Um, Let me get the ego. The ego is the fears. There you go. Um, this to me, the ego is all about false entrapment, feeling trapped, but really you're not, right? So this is like, again, stepping out of your comfort zone. Our ego tends to like try to protect us, but it's like, no, we're fine, thank you. Like whenever your old stuff comes up, like you just tell her, tell your past person, thank you, I appreciate you. I love you, but your time, is up. Like we appreciate the lessons, but it's on to the next. And you have the Ace of Fire. The Ace of Fire for me is all about new opportunities. This is career advancement, and then change. They're saying change your life now. So it's time to like step out of the, sometimes the victim mentality or the being pessimistic, and like really just putting action towards your new beginnings, your new, like I said, you love to do music, really tap into it. So that's what I have for you, love. I feel like definitely like meditate. Everybody knows I'm a huge believer of God. I meditate, and even when I manifest through God. So So that's what I have for you, love, and thank you so much. Oh wait, let me see. Yes, I've let a lot of opportunities pass me by because of fear and body dysmorphia. Oh my God, girl, I'm gonna tell you something. Work on your self concept because you will definitely work on your confidence. Because yeah, I've been there. Trust me. People be like, "You did," but I'm like, yes, I suffered from body dysmorphia too for a minute. You're welcome. All right, so I'm gonna use the restroom just, and then it's you. The live has been so good. It's like chilling. I love when the channel has been like this. Like, I love how the channel has been, to be honest. All right, be right back. Oh my God, it's so cold out here, over here. All right, Jess, you can post. I am freaking cold. It is so cold in Philly. All right, let's see, Jess. Did I mean to yawn like that? Well, I did because I'm. Oh, I'm cold. Hmm. I know, yo, just I was thinking that I'm like it's only 12:06. When I looked up, it was 12:16. I'm like it's only 12:16. That's odd. All right, let's see. Let's see. How is Jay feeling about Jess? Oh, yo. It's so funny because I was like, "Oh my god, that reading gave me so much energy. Fuck it, keep the list open." But as soon as I got out of his energy, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm tired as fuck." It was his energy that had me like feeling like that. That reading was funny. I love doing the channel readings because you're tapped into the person. I swear, I wish I could show y'all like the handwriting from IJ's channel and yours. You would have thought two different people wrote them. How is Jay feeling about Jess? Okay. Girl, he's definitely thinking about you. He is thinking about you, daydreaming. Girl, the Two of Cups, like he is in La La Land right now. The Nine of Pentacles, you keep getting the Nine of Pentacles, so you're definitely in this Nine of Pentacles energy. So how he's feeling about you right now, very daydreamy, very can't get you off my mind. Um, you know, very much like I want to make something happen here. Let me think of how to come through, right? Thinking of a master plan. And then you have the Two of Cups, very oh my god, this just reminded me of, remember that channeled reading that I remember that I said, was it, have you ever drank with him, or did you guys talk about drinking, like your first drink or something? Because look, I don't know why that made me think of that, but very mutual feelings. So however you're feeling right now, he's feeling it. Like he's feeling very attracted to you. He thinks you're absolutely beautiful because we have the Nine of Pentacles here too. Very independent, very self-sufficient. Again, very beautiful, very gorgeous. I just heard beautiful skin. So he's acknowledging that you have beautiful skin. Um, Show me more. Girl, the Ace of Cups. Girl, he wants that new beginning. Oh my God, the Ace of Swords. Hold on. How are you feeling about her? And the Three of, so this is definitely about coming together. A new proposal in love, a new beginning in love, like where it's abundant. Like he's ready to fill your cup with this Wet of Cups. Like, nah. But I am getting like wanting to give you a lot of fulfillment, like nurture you, nurture the connection. With the Ace of Swords, I just feel like he wants to converse with you. He wants to communicate. He wants to have some type of breakthrough here. And the Three of Pentacles is like all about coming together. So the main feelings here are very mutual, very daydreaming, very I want to be with you. Very I feel like we're gonna be together regardless. I'm not taking these, I don't know when they flip, but you do have the Six of Wands and the Page of Cups here. So very much like I'm going to give you attention. Show me outcome. The Ace of Pentacles try to come out. The King of Wands, here he goes. And the Magician. So how he's feeling is like, I'm taking action. I want to communicate with her. I want to make something. He's manifesting this in his own kind of way. And you have the Lovers card here. So he's definitely feeling like things are more in alignment right now. Like this is such a good spread. It has like me excited. Let's see, what are his next actions? Let me use the same deck because it feels good. What are Jay's next actions towards Jess? What are Jay's next actions towards Jess? What are Jay's next actions towards Jess? Girl, you saw me shuffle. The Ace of Cups. What are your next actions towards Jess? What are your next actions towards Jess? Girl, the Ace of Pentacles that didn't come out last time. Hold on, I didn't highlight you. Yo, that reading last night had me dying. I can't believe that. I was like, I'm so full of energy. Then I was like, once it was over, once his energy like left, I was like, oh my god, I'm so tired. The Two of Swords. So I feel like next actions for sure is starting something new, something fresh. I feel like what it is like he doesn't know how to go about it. But you have the Star here. Show me this Two of Pentacles. Okay. So okay. Now I'm got what Spirit is saying. Let me just get one card. So what they're saying is like he's not stuck on whether he should do it or not. He's more stuck on like, should I go this route or should I go that route? They're both good routes, but so he's like a little confused as to which one to go through, to go down. Yeah, you see the Six of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like he's still trying to figure out which route to go. So I feel like you're gonna still keep getting like those gestures from him, like the smiling, the waving, and I think little by little that's gonna pick up because you do have the Star. So it's like they're saying, don't lose hope, don't lose your calmness, like don't lose the momentum that you have just because he may not come through in the way that you want just yet. He's still gonna start. He's still gonna continue to come through. Look, the Ace of Wands. Yeah, he's taking action towards you for sure. I just think he doesn't know which way. Like, okay, like I want to do this, but no, wait. I want to do that. Okay, no. Let me do this. No. Let me do that. So, and I just heard like I don't know if he's unsure if he should come in like a flirty way or in a more serious way, like in a fun, playful way or a more serious way. So he's still coming in. Yeah, look, the Sun. Whichever way he decides, it's gonna bring fun to the situation. So I think that he's gonna be keeping it lighthearted because I think just to get you guys comfortable. To me, the Ace of Wands is all about taking action. So it's not that he's stopping. I don't see him stopping. And you have the Ace of Swords. So you have all the aces out here. To me, this is all new beginnings. And again, these are like little options. Like, do I come in more loving? Do I come in being more stable? Do I come in more serious? Or do I come in more playful? Look, I think it's gonna be a little mixture, like a flirting but fun, but also serious. Like he doesn't want you to think that he's here to play games. Anything else, Spirit? The Strength with the Lovers. Girl, he's gonna come through and be real confident. Like the way he is. He said, I'm gonna do it all. Yes. And the way that he's coming in, like very confident, I feel like you calm him. Like you calm the beast within him. Like he knows he can't just be like all the way rough with you. Like he has to be a little soft. And again, we're getting alignment here. So, and harmony. So I'm seeing him bringing more alignment to the connection, more harmony, more love, more positivity, more fun. I'm just you don't understand. I feel like watching your journey, I'm like, bro, like I even gave her tips earlier this year and I'm like, I mean, we could see the energy. And I remember I kept telling you, like, he's gonna start coming through. But to actually see it, like, I'm not gonna lie, that always brings fulfillment because I'm like, fuck that. Like, it, you know what? When you text me that day, I'm like, yo, this is, you know what? It was the same day. Wouldn't that happen Monday or Tuesday? I feel like that was the same day my best friend was like, yo, following what you did, I won 1800. And I was like, yes, that's the fuck right. Yeah, he's like, that went well. Like, right, exactly. That's why I remember, but you remember in one of your readings before a while, like I want to say maybe like 2 months ago, I said start, like I feel like, or this could have been even last year. I'm like, if he see you with somebody else or has an idea of you being, like, I feel like that's going to push him even more. Tuesday, yeah. So that was the same thing my best friend had texted me. She was like, you won't believe it. She's like, I did exactly what you told me to do. I affirmed like you told me. She was like, and I won 18 fucking $100. She said I wasn't even supposed to get a casino bonus, but she did, and then she got 1800 from it. I was like, yo, that's what I'm seeing when I say manifest money, like in every way possible. Yeah, I did, and I think that he saw you with that guy. It's so crazy how to me the reading was so on point because I was like, yo, he's like, I gotta make something happen, and he fucking did. But yeah, just watching it happen because to me, like, you know, when you're in this manifestation journey, sometimes you lose hope, sometimes you don't. But when you see shit, you just be like, yo, I fucking told, like, I know this is real. So yeah. Well, I'll be back later. I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a, I don't know yet what time. I know I want to do a late night again, even if it's like a hour one, and then come back on. But I think I want to come back on like midday. So yeah, I'll be back on a little later. Hi, Gabriela. I'm getting ready to head out, my love. But did you want to ask something? All right, boo. Well, I will talk to you guys later. All right. Yeah, we'll be back. I'll be back later. So I was gonna say have a good night. That's because I'm thinking about coming on at night. But have a good day, guys. Love you. Bye.